Welcome everybody. On Wednesday, December the 7th, in the afternoon, we had a report of a deceased person. Deputies responded to a location within a subdivision within Okeechobee County in which we found a 25-year-old white female that had been deceased and a victim of a homicide. Investigation ensued by members of the Okeechobee County Sheriff's Office. Through their course of investigation, fortunately on Friday, December the 16th, an arrest was made of a 21-year-old white male of Okeechobee County who is now incarcerated on multiple felony arrests within Okeechobee County, connected to the death of our 25-year-old victim on December the 7th. We have give you a press release at this point that gives you some of the gist of the information. The affidavit will be made available to y'all for a little bit more in-depth investigations, but we stand ready to answer any questions that y'all may have.
Did he confess?
We do have a confession, yes, sir.
How long did those two know each other? I know you mentioned in the press release that they knew each other, but for how long?
We don't know exactly how long they've known each other. We had some involvement of our suspect back in 2014. We had 2 misdemeanor arrests of him in 2014. He was 18 years of age. So there's several years they've known each other.
Was the misdemeanor arrest related to the victim?
No, sir.
Did he say what his original intentions were for going to her house?
The victim and the suspect were known to one another. Through his confession, it was just trying to figure out what murder was about. It was unfortunately no rhyme, no reason. He just wanted to know what murder felt like.
He went there just wanting to kill her? Just for
Correct.
So that's what his confession entailed? He said he just wanted to know what a murder
Correct.
was like? But, and according to what was given out by your department, he also moved the body and had sex with the body. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
In my 30 years of being a law enforcement officer here in this county, no, sir, this is the first time I've experienced something like this.
And did he say that was related to wanting to kill someone, or?
Once again, it's just the experience that he alluded to, sir.
You said we don't know if she was shot and was still alive during the sexual contact, or if she was deceased?
In process thereof a passing. We're really not for sure exactly whether it was post-mortem or not.
What are you still wanting to know from him? What questions do you guys still have?
I think that we've found out just about all that we can, trying to, just understanding what we've told you thus far. Normal people do not think like this. It's, unfortunately, we're a direction of the small percentage of our society and where they're going today.
Can you
it's
describe the condition of the home and her positioning again when he found her?
She was a 25-year-old wife, mother of 4, everything to be going in place for her, everything intact, good wife, good mother, everything going their way until they crossed paths with this sad individual.
And what did detectives see inside the house?
Everything appeared to be in order, in a just home, an average home of any normal 25-year-old family member.
You mentioned that the suspect stole her cell phone at the end of this. When you all recovered that, was there any other evidence that was found on the phone?
We did find some evidence that led us to the suspect in connection thereof, hence why we've got him arrested at this point today.
Can you tell us more about what led you all to Christopher Shows?
We had found a photograph on the victim's phone about 30 minutes to what we speculate to be the time of death of the defendant, the suspect, on that phone.
What was the picture of?
Him laying on the couch.
On her couch?
On her couch.
No idea why that picture was taken.
No,
Was it like a selfie, or?
Just a camera shot of the phone. Just him laying on the couch.
Was anyone else at home at the time that this happened? Any of the children?
One of the children was.
How,
I don't know, sir. I don't know. It was a very vicious dog, which the deputies could not get into the home until the dog was secured. So hence, which led the investigators. Sir?
Large dog?
Yes.
where's that
Large
dog
bulldog.
now? Is he with another family member? Is he in?
With the husband has the father of the children has their family dog.
And how? And again, they knew each other, but do you know how they knew each other, or did they work together, or?
I think there were some family connections, distant, cousins, something, along those that nature that they knew each other.
And I know it's probably difficult for the child. Were you all able to get any other information from the kid that was there for all of this?
There was no information necessarily pertaining to this homicide investigation that was retrieved from the children.
Do you know if he had been to her house multiple times in the past? Was that his first time going to her house?
He was known to the family in order to be able to get through the dog, so that's the indicator, and he had been to the house several times.
How old was the child that was home when this happened?
2 years old, man.
Boy or girl?
Boy.
And so, as far as the motive, again,
Just to experience the feel of murder.
Did he talk about why he wanted to experience that?
No, ma'am. There was no indicators to us, Dylan, finding this out from him or family to try to prevent this. It's just a very sad ending to a sad situation.
The gun that was used, was it licensed to him?
There's no licensing of firearms in the state of Florida.
so.
It was a rifle, wasn't it?
Sir?
It was a rifle.
Yes.
So how would you describe the suspect? I mean, personally, how would you describe him?
An average 21-year-old that you approach on the street. There was no indicators, he wasn't, any characteristics, carried himself any different than an average 21-year-old. There was nothing that would lead you to believe that what was going on in his mind.
Had he lusted after her for some time and it failed? Was there any kind of built-up anger toward her where he would target her for that reason?
Nothing to speculate that at this point.
And so you said you've never seen anything quite like this. I guess you would call this a gruesome crime or just an unexplainable crime?
Very, very sad, heinous crime. It's, she was as I said, she's 21 years old. We've, those of us that are older than, 25, those of us that are older than 25 have been there before. Married, husband of 4 kids, at home. Very, very sad.
What did he do for a living?
He was a laborer.
Like construction work or?
No, agriculture.
What's next for him? So he's here in jail.
He's here in jail. He's been charged. He's been the first appearance. There'll be a filing of the official information by the state attorney's office, who the investigators have worked very well with. This is Corporal Detective Ted Van Diemen, who is one of the lead detectives, as well as Detective Javier Gonzalez. These are the men that tirelessly worked along with other members of the sheriff's office, but they put in 2 weeks of work in 1 week since this crime was reported, stayed with the crime until the arrest of the suspect on Friday. So it's all now turned over to the courts and to the prosecutor's office, and they'll do all the things that need to be within their timeline. It'll be probably brought before the grand jury and an indictment at that point, and then we'll later, sometime down the road, we'll take it to court.
So again, it was a photo on his phone placed him at the crime scene.
Yes, sir.
On his phone or her phone?
Her phone.
Right?
Her phone.
Her phone.
Her phone.
Okay.
Do you know how long it would have taken for him when he first showed up, went inside, they had their little chat or whatever was going on inside to the point where he grabbed his gun and came back? What was that time frame? How long was he at that house that day?
We really don't have the answers to that question, ma'am. Just from the time that that was captured by the photo on the phone to where we believe the homicide had occurred is approximately 30 minutes. How long he was there prior to, it's unknown to us at this point.
You had the gun?
Yes, sir. No, sir, it was recovered, though, based on information we received from him.
So that was your break, really, the photo on her phone.
Yes, sir. Finding her, he had removed the phone from the residence, tried to discard the phone, which was located by the investigators, and then once we got into the phone, then we found the information we needed.
Where did they find the phone?
It was within Okeechobee County, several miles away from the crime scene.
Was it like dumped into a body of water or?
No, just along the roadway. you know, on the roadway between the victim's house and the suspect's house.
And you said there was like blood stains that indicated her body was dragged around the house. You said you found her laying in a crucifix with the shed?
That's what it's, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's what it appears.
What does that indicate something?
Just the staging, you know, as to where, you know, there's some methodology behind the staging as it relates to these type of cases, and we were looking at all aspects of it. It's where the suspect had to have been given some severe thought processes and some strange thought processes into this act of violence that he had committed.
What's your message to her family?
Our heart goes out to them. I mean, it's a hard enough world that we live in today, and the kids were doing what young adults are supposed to do, and unfortunately, it's a sad reflection on our society of the way things are going today. But it's a small minority, you know, and we got to hang on to the good from that.